Alright, well this is day two it looks like. So far these little vlogs have been helpful I think. I was already ready to kind of pack it in and not really make any progress today, but I'm trying to stick to it. So today it was just a little bit, probably did about 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes of work here, just on the finish off sort of the brainstorming of this project. I think what I landed on is I'm going to do basically basically convert activity into carbon credits, and then try to offer those carbon credits to businesses. And um, this idea was really just inspired by the fact that the carbon market is pretty suspicious. Um, But on top of that, there's no way for like the everyday person to um, participate in the carbon market, and it gets pretty complicated. I'm not like an expert when it comes to carbon market, but let's do a little digression here. There's just a few things that I'm familiar with when it comes to the carbon market. There's like this concept of carbon credits, which I think is pretty straightforward for most people who understand them. Companies given are basically capped in terms of carbon emissions that they can different governing bodies can cap like businesses in terms of how much carbon they can emit and how they determine until they so basically to continue emitting this pollution they have to purchase these carbon credits, which basically mean that they're on paper they're offsetting their carbon um, through some other entity that has maybe planted trees, for example, and they are basically issuing carbon credits off of these trees. And then these businesses come in and purchase these carbon credits to offset their emissions and basically claim that they're carbon neutral. Um, there's a lot of question when it comes into like if someone plants a tree, how many times is that tree sold to multiple businesses um, who claim it as carbon credits? So there's potential like overlap in terms of reusing the same resource. Not that this problem solves that. I'm just giving sort of a brief overview of the carbon market as it sits now. And then what else? I believe I believe there's just like one. Yeah, I'm talking strictly in the U.S. There's like one regulatory body that qualifies carbon credits to be issued, and I think that's probably, I would guess, to be, I mean, it's very centralized, is my point. Is the point I'm trying to get to. So anyways, I don't want to digress too much anymore. The purpose of this idea is to make the carbon market more open to people that are, maybe making more environmentally conscious decisions throughout their daily activities, things like that. And I think what we can do, and so I'm going to stop that digression and let's jump back into implementation. So to accomplish that, we sort of went over some of the prizes yesterday, and I left this to do of whether this to do to determine whether the graph can what chains the graph can support. And I went to the graph's website and I see that they do support base at least on their subgraph studio. They support base. I didn't see any other ones. Do a quick skim here one more time. You can see all these ones that they support. So we might be stuck with we could use like optimism, like just straight optimism, but the thing is, we won't really kind of fall into the prize categories that they issued. So I probably unfortunately can't just do the simple method here. Probably have to go into base, deploy our subgraph on, or sorry, our contract on base. So let's move forward with that in mind, and let's review this architecture here that I threw together. So we obviously, to collect the information on, I'll call it like an edge device, we're just going to use my Android phone. I have a few of them I can use for this, and there's just a few key pieces of information we want to pull out from there. It's going to be is walking, so I'm hoping we can collect some type of step counter functionality out of the phone. I feel like that should be there. Um, I'm like a 99% sure that the phone has like a either like an IMU, like an inertial measurement unit, or inertial, like whatever. Getting into It's 9 o'clock. I'm tired. I've been debugging stuff all day. Um, so anyways, I think the Android will have the data that we're looking for, and it obviously has GPS, so we can get the location. And I think just what we just want to know is the person walking, and is their location changing, and probably want to get the distance, the distance of distance delta or something, some periodic change of distance. And so this is purely going to focus on the walking activity. I know there's a bunch of other activities that you can consider to be environmentally friendly, such as um, mountain bike, like sorry, riding bikes, or um, electric, whatever. I mean, there's a bunch of metrics you can use. But walking is the most straightforward one, I think, the simplest way to test this. And I'm debating on whether so I have this web app here, and I think this is going to be focused. This will be more of the brains of the operation. It'll kind of connect everything together. And I was debating on whether or not to put this in the Android app. So if I want to use like VM to as a TypeScript interface to Ethereum or to any of these layer twos, um, I don't know if I would be able to do it as straightforward through like an Android, through like a Java application. I'm sure there's like libraries out there, but there's a few, I guess it would be less common. This sort of situation is probably less common, so it'd be harder to find support. And I think that's going to be my main reason for doing it this way. So I think what I'm going to do is take the information from this Android application and send it to the web application. And then this one will do the normal, like connecting to wallets. But how would they? Let me think for a second here. I think I'm a little stuck here. I'm trying to think how can you, if you're walking, how can you sign any transaction like with your wallet or with your account if you're not logged into the web app? The web app was sort of meant to be like a back-end service, not so much an interactive thing. I might have to put some more thought into this because I don't know. Okay, I did a little bit of research. Looks like there's a repo called Web3j, which is a um, Java interface. to Ethereum, and it's saying you can point it to other networks as well. I'm not sure if they have a limit on which ones they, or if they have it defined somewhere on which ones they support or not. But this is the type of thing that I would like to avoid, like all these little workarounds that come up with having to do something somewhat new. It's always very time consuming. I wonder if there's a way. I wonder if there's a way um, I can make this work. If we use Safe to manage the accounts, so I believe that's what Safe does. Not 100% sure what Safe does. But it says bring digital ownership of accounts to everyone by building universal and open contract standards, the custody of digital assets, data, and identity. This might be ownership of accounts and not like account management. Oh, Safe is just Gnosis Safe. I don't know why I didn't put those together. It's previously called Gnosis Safe. What? Gnosis Safe just holds things. I don't understand how you build on this. I mean, skimming through the documentation, it does sound like it's saying the right words that could potentially be helpful, or I'm just trying to understand them in a way that I want them to be written. But basically, I mean, there's some mention of like account abstraction, which could be useful for this purpose. And then it has things like relay kit, which relays safe transactions. That sounds like the right words. If I need to dive deeper into this, but possibly this could be used to, let me see if I can formulate this. Can I complete the sentence here? We could possibly use account abstraction to relay uh, we have to pass this data through here, relay it to the smart contract using Gnosis Safe. I wonder if Gnosis Safe is compatible with Base. Let's revisit the problem real quick. So the issue is, if this was intended to be a fairly passive type of application, meaning that it runs in the background of the Android and will collect walking location information, mint that on chain, convert that, put the carbon credits into your wallet account. There has to be a way where they can basically act as a proxy they basically log into the web app once, they approve it to do this transaction, and that it continuously run data through there. I would like to try to keep these videos short, under 15 minutes, so I think I'm going to stop here. I did come up with a few ideas actually, so if you're interested in hearing about those and seeing if those will work, yeah, I'll go through it tomorrow. I just don't want this video to be too long, so we'll continue this tomorrow. Thanks for watching.